Hi, this is Zach here with the US Chartbreakers here at Zach's Traders Cafe for Tuesday, the 9th of September. Starting off as usual with the S&P, where we're within this rising trend channel, which has been in place since April. Mid-channel line there and the 50-day line around 63.50. Above that, we're looking at the top of the channel, 6,700. Perhaps as soon as the end of next month. Obviously, that looks quite ambitious, but we do have the charting backing of multiple RSI rebounds at and above neutral 50, even though we've got that RSI resistance line there to be broken around the 61 level, which is obviously possible. And if we do get that, then one would expect an acceleration to the upside. On the downside, if 63.50 breaks, then the main support here is 6,200, which is basically post-July support. Moving along to the situation at the Nasdaq, and here Nasdaq 100, that is. Here, still trying to get through to that 24,000 level. It's been a frustrating wait because it did actually look as though we'd get there very easily before the end of the summer, even by the beginning of the summer. But that resistance line projection, the top of the channel there from April, now heading towards 24,900. That's actually the real target for this market. And we're looking for that while we're above the floor of the channel there and the 50-day line around 23,200. Moving on to the stocks, and quite a few repeats, which is normally good news because it means that the previous calls have gone right. The first one is Alset, and here you can see that we've got this bull flag, this mid-move consolidation, resting on recent resistance around the $1.67 zone. And you can see there that basically we've got the rising trend channel, top of the channel there, heading towards $2.65. We're looking at that over the next week. And if you're ambitious, you'd probably say that the top of the channel is there towards 300, which we would be looking for by the end of next month, especially while we remain on the right side of $2, which was the old peak in the summer of last year. Moving along the list, and it's Beyond Air, which sounds like a cool name. And here we've got a broadening triangle base. We've also got a bear trap iron reversal, so gapping down last month and gapping up this month. Also gapping up above a rising 50-day line near the low, so that gives us $2.93 as a potential end-of-day close stop loss. Above that, and we're looking for the top of the broadening triangle as high as $6.80 by the end of next month. So exciting setup there. Maybe a bit too exciting for some, but that's what we have. A stock which covered just a few days ago, and it's always great when we have an initial target there, which in this case at Fangdd was $3.45, and the next target, which seemed to be pie in the sky, $5 plus. We managed to hit that right on the nose, and actually looking for a new leg up now, up towards $7.60 by the end of this month, while we remain above recent broken resistance around the $4 mark. I think that should be enough of a stop loss. RSI 50 plus rebound there, which is a decent continuation signal over and above the fact that we've just headed north in a spectacular way. A stock which we have been keeping an eye out on was and is Concorde International. We're looking for this to hit the 50-day line, which has been done at $4.75. It looks like we're in a broadening triangle base there from July, and the top of the triangle there just around the $7.50 level. We're looking for a retest of that over the course of the rest of this week. Ideally, we stay above that 475 level and the 50-day moving average on an end-of-day close basis. Onto a stock which we haven't looked at before, and hopefully it will have many appearances here, but we've got Maison Solutions. Here we've broken through most of the recent resistance, the last figure there being around the $1.7, well, what do you call it, $1.17 level. So we managed to close above that, looking for $1.60. But over the course of the rest of this month, we're helped along and feeling quite chipper about this on the basis that we've had two RSI 50 rebounds, well above neutral 50. And we've also got the 50-day line curling up as well, which tends to be a leading indicator on the upside. NFT is next, otherwise known as NFT Limited. Here we can see that the rising trend channel base, top of the channel there, heading for $5.50, which is our end of September target, while we remain above the $3.80 level, which was July and September resistance, initial September resistance. What's also noticeable is we've had three RSI rebounds in the recent past at and above neutral 50, so that should give the situation some momentum especially if we remain on the right side of $3.80. Nice risk reward setup there. Moving along to Planet Labs, and here we've got a second unfilled gap to the upside in the recent past. Rising trend channel there, heading for the $13 area. We're looking for that by the end of next month, while we remain above recent broken resistance, July resistance at $7.80. So hopefully we'll get some momentum building there. The last three are next, and the first one is QMMM or QMM Holdings here. Managed to blow the lights out on the old target there at $8.80. New target now up to $15. And we're looking for that by the end of this month while we remain above the $8.80 area. Hopefully the shares can do that. On to Safe and Green, which we have looked at before. Here we've got a rising trend channel base, obviously recent resistance around $2.35. We're looking for that on a proper end of day close above the 200-day line around current levels. I think the 200-day line fractionally below $1.40, so it looks like we managed that yesterday. And in fact, the first target could be a little bit higher than the initial line drawn, so up towards $2.40 while we're above $1.40. Finishing off with a situation which will hopefully be a decent one on the upside. We've got Talphera, which is in this broadening triangle, heading towards the top of the triangle there at $88. And above that, looking for, rather 88 cents, above that, looking for $1.10, hopefully by the end of this month. Ideally, we stay on the right side of the 80 cents area, especially after that decent RSI 50 plus rebound that we've had to push the shares higher so far this week. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.